Well, I hear that you've been talking my name. You try to get me out, but you can't out the flame. Would like to see me dead, but I'm living the same. Sometimes I feel to lick you down, but I refrain. Some of these women are so obscene with the way how they balk and talk and scheme. Try anything to make a sister give up living her dreams. They planned the funeral and pretended to mourn the death of the queen. Thorny roses on her casket with leaves of the most envious green. But not when between my two legs is still an oasis of life. And I still get bad breaks because of this black female plight. They want you to do better than your best so they can stress you and say it doesn't look right. Lots of us pay attention to our exterior so we look right, but we are bloody and bruised inside. Pretend to be menstruating and cleansing, but really internal bleeding has left weakened souls behind. And the more insecure is the more that we whore, tell sour information and say bad things for recreation. Move further away from our purpose at creation and closer to them bad bitches on radio stations. Now tell me, what makes you think that you could come to me more spectacular than God? Read out my flaws and bite my head off like Jaws. You think that I won't retaliate only because your thinking is flawed and so with dangerous, rotten-minded vampire women on the loose. They say the queen is dead, that she hangs from the noose of trying too hard to be kind to these fools, of keeping her straight right angles while these girls be amply obtuse, and it's the truth. But the queen isn't dead. Shout it like they never heard. The queen has her head. The queen is alive. The queen has survived, and I carry her with pride. And I force her to keep that stride in the lioness sachet, and I force her to work and cry. Work, baby, no breaking down today, see? We are like cannibals, one entity that eats our own kind. We hunt and feed on those with the most delectable minds and waste time looking into other people's lives rather than following our own dreams and choosing to shine. However, I have seen the queens walking. I have joined them when they pass my way. I can see it in their intentions. I can feel it in the way they behave. I have dusted the queen's heart off as it lay there on her sleeve. I have kissed her and believed, and I have supported in everything that she has achieved. So if you're one of these weak women that sees another woman start to progress and feels inferior, then rather than looking into that woman's life, I suggest you look in the mirror, because the mirror is one of the realest places that I have ever seen. When I look in it, I can see the palace and also the face of a living queen. I thank you. They want me to put on black, though I black already, and mourn the death of the king, and mourn the breath of the king, leaving his body in a puff of gray smoke. Now just a duppy walking about, spitting phlegm and fire till he chokes. Impressed by things and showing off, even though he's broke. A liar and a thief with no integrity. Every little boy I see, future empty, empty. They want me to fall down and bring blood to my knees and mourn the last good son who is now a cadaver. and one of the last true words man said before he lost his character and died a gruesome death at the hands of social misdemeanor, but I refused to. The good men ain't dead, ain't gone, and I strive to wake up a king, never bury him alive, to take up a king, give him a match to start the light. Some of us don't believe, but the king will still survive. And all this talk of a mutant half-dog walking about impregnating weak women, of this sexual predator fraud, still cannot diminish my belief in the king still existing. The question is, if you do not believe, then why are you still risking? A man could be gorgeous and still have substance. A man can be poor and still keep his countenance. A man could be young and still be worth listening to, and every man is not society's fool walking around strictly dick rule. No. The king is alive. The king has survived, and he will achieve many, many things. For I married a king, and I gave birth to a king. So I believe in the king, and we must cherish the king. Thank you.